Hello, hello. All right, so I wanted to share with you just a couple of lessons and things that I've been learning over this past week as a result of my skin cancer diagnosis a little over a week ago. So I've shared this on some socials and on others, not so much, but if you're wondering what this is, I'd say like a week and a half ago, I got a skin cancer diagnosis, and it was really unexpected. I've been pretty darn good about my sun protection, I'd say over the past 5-ish years or so. And yeah, so it came as a surprise, and it's the low grade kind. It's basal cell carcinoma. So I understand it's something actually a lot of people get diagnosed with over the course of their lives. And for me, still, even just hearing cancer, there's that word. I think, especially in our culture, in our society, it can be triggering and it can create fear. And so I dealt with some of that. But we got it out. I went into surgery almost a week ago now, and so this bandage here is covering up I've got a scar now from here down to here. It's covering up the scar site, and I'll tell you, whenever something happens in my life that feels unexpected or that feels like a blow, right, or painful, the thing that I've trained myself to do is always look for what's the lesson. Now, it doesn't mean that I do that immediately, okay? I had some moments with this one of being really upset and just feeling like, especially with being pregnant, I feel like my body has been poked and prodded a million times just by doctors in the past couple weeks. And I had a couple of little minor meltdowns this past week about that. But after I got past those, I really looked for what's the lesson. And, I think there's a couple, but one of the ones I wanted to share with you today that really just kind of hit me this morning while I was taking a walk is to trust yourself. Trust yourself. When I was in my 20s, I wanted so badly to look different than I did. And actually, I shouldn't even say my 20s. It probably started when I was a little girl and kind of, I would say, escalated into my 20s. And one of the things that I always wanted to change about myself is I wanted to be tanner. And, I'm naturally white. Like, this is me with no makeup. So you can see that I'm pale. My mom has a lot of Spanish and Native American blood, and my dad is very British. And I got all the British side in terms of skin tone from him. But I remember thinking if I could just be more tan, boys would like me more. Guys would like me more. I'd be more attractive. I'd look thinner. And so I did a lot of self-tanner and all that, but I also spent some time in tanning beds. And I remember as I would get into them, I knew it was a bad idea. I knew it wasn't smart, but I stuffed down that voice because in the moment, the thing that my brain wanted more was to be tan. I just so desperately wanted it. And, the joke is that I never really could get tan naturally. I'm the person who goes to the beach and burns up and then looks like a lobster and then is white again. So the point is, if I had trusted myself enough to listen at that time and to also really trust my intuition and my instincts that not only was getting in a tanning bed not a good idea, but also that my self-worth wasn't caught up in how tan or not tan I was. Who knows? This maybe wouldn't be happening today. And it happened for a reason. It happened the way it was supposed to. And for me, it's a good reminder to trust myself. And also, I'd say the other lesson that showed up this week really is that I got to put more value in my message than in how I look delivering it. And as someone who has always been a makeup girl, I wanted to be a makeup artist growing up. I've loved makeup, hair, all the things. I enjoy getting ready. I enjoy getting glammed up. That's just fun for me. We can start to, at least I was starting to put too much value in how I looked delivering the message versus the quality and the integrity of the message itself. And so this is an evolving journey for me, but if you can relate to any of this, then you know where I'm coming from. And so I just wanted to share this with you. And, for each of us, our scars, some of them are internal, some of them are external. For me right now, this is an external scar. It will fade as time goes on, which I'm grateful for, but it's a reminder every time I look at it to trust myself. And whatever your scars are, I want you to really just look at, how can I trust myself more? How can I trust my instincts when something hits me as, this isn't right, I don't agree with this, whatever it is, even if it's something that all of society has conditioned you to believe, because there is so much conditioning inherent in our society and the way we are just taught to think and believe growing up. Even if what you believe goes against everything that you've been taught, listen to it, pay attention to it. It's there for a reason, okay? So lots of love to you on this Sunday, and I hope this helped you maybe think a little bit differently about how you listen to your own inner knowing.